Hello everybody, Prince the Bear here. We're back, this time with a celebration of 1,000, 1K, 100 Benjamins on YouTube. We definitely haven't made that much. But 1,000 videos on YouTube.
Welcome to our 1,000th video on YouTube.
Thank you for being here. For our 1,000th video, we thought we would just go over some of our best memories, things we've done, what's it like to be on YouTube, why we started on YouTube, and just what it is that we do here. So, for those of us new here, I'm Bear. This is the Princess. She's vegan. I'm not. We review food and alcohol. That's basically what we do. We do that Disney, Universal, everywhere. We've been to as far as California, New Orleans, Tampa, and we have much more planned for that coming up on the channel.
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale as well, with more on the way. So that's who we are. Now, why we started YouTube, it's sort of like this whole channel started from like basically an inside joke between us.
Well, I mean, we were traveling a lot and we were getting a lot of questions from a lot of people. The same questions over and over about food, places to eat. Yeah, we joked about whether or not we'd be able to find somewhere to eat. Being vegan and not vegan.
The whole origin of this channel basically stems from, can a vegan and an omnivore, non-vegan, go somewhere together and both enjoy it? And here we are. We were already going to Disney full time. We would do 6-7 weeks back to back Star Wars readings in the summer. We came probably not as much as we did before we moved to Orlando, but us coming down here twice a month was not odd. We lived about 2 to 3 hours away at the time.
Yeah, we lived in Jacksonville, Florida, and we drove, I would say 2 to 4 weekends out of every month. We were down here before we started YouTube, and then we were doing some traveling. We went to New York, we went to Idaho, we went to California, and decided, since we're going to be doing all this traveling, why don't we just capture those moments?
We were already playing around with the idea of starting a YouTube channel. We just weren't sure on what the topics would be. And we went all across the board. We thought about just doing straight travel. We talked about doing video games. We're both heavily into video games.
I have a degree in video game design.
I trained video game designs. We've both been playing video games since we were children. We little Disney legits. You have like a history in Disney since what? Basically, you were an infant.
Yeah.
The first time I went to Disney was until high school. But we're gonna do this Prince and the Bear style. First, we're gonna make a drink. As usual, we have a bunch of stuff on the table. You guys will have until we finish making this drink to figure out what it is we're making.
Comment
and let us know if you have any ideas. Obviously, we're holding the honor system here. So we have vodka, peach vodka, cranberry juice, orange juice, and some limes.
And some very special pass holder glasses we got from Food and Wine in 2019. And if Bear breaks these, he is going to feel the full wrath of the Red Queen.
I don't even think this is 2019.
It says, 2016.
2016. This is 2 years before we even started YouTube.
Ooh.
But I want you to remember what they took from you. These were free.
They were free.
They gave these to us. Nowadays, we're happy if we get a magnet, but they gave us.
They gave us these tumblers. And they gave us a cutting board.
Which we've never used.
They're tiny.
They're super tiny. So, we're going to make this.
Go ahead and make the drink.
In our trusty Yak and Yeti shaker. One day we'll be real adults. We might actually buy our own. For now, we're going to do it this way. So, first we're going to do a little bit of this vodka here.
So just to give you a summary of things that we've discussed in the past, we do have other ranking videos. We have other About Us videos that you should check out. We'll have all of that in the description box. We are both in IT. We're both in banking. We both work from home. We met at work. And
we didn't work together though.
No,
we just worked in the same building.
We worked at the same company. We worked on the same floor, and that's how we started talking. Later on, after the pandy, we both transitioned to fully remote, and our jobs allowed us to move to Orlando, where we are here, and
your job allowed you to move.
as much as we can.
I didn't really give mine a choice.
True. But it did give us the opportunity to give you more up-to-date videos, like being able to run to Universal the day that we found out that something was announced. Or to Disney if we want to go on a Magic Band quest and take you along on that. Or whatever the reason, we try to bring you everything that we can as expeditiously as we can without breaking the bank or our sanity.
Which gets thin sometimes.
Especially with the increase in Disney's prices and drinks and food. We are feeling a lot of the pains of that, considering how often we do go eat out at Disney.
Popular question is that nothing on this channel is sponsored. Everything we buy on this channel,
we pay for ourselves.
Our own hands. We have, from time to time, received a couple of free items, as you do when you go to Disney as any normal guest. When you see those, we don't rate those.
I mean, I do. He doesn't. But we also make it clear in the description box that they were free. Yeah. So, take that as you will. We try to be as honest as we possibly can with our food reviews, and that has always been something that rang true.
Definitely bear moment there.
Oh.
Trying to spill
it's not fully shut.
I'm going to spill this all over myself. Wrap with a little towel. Not that I've made a mess already.
I'm really nervous right now.
About what? About my drinks? Would you ice me, please, princess?
I get so nervous using these glasses.
We use these glasses all the time.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. I do. I don't know about you.
I don't. I avoid using mine as much as possible.
I use them all the time when I wash them by hand. These glasses have been through some alcohols. They've been just fine. They've held up pretty well.
I just want to make sure they're fine always and forever. And I always have to have two because I'm a Sith and the rule of two is important.
I mean, they only gave us one each, so. This one is called a pink fetish.
Pink fetish?
Pink fetish.
All right.
I'm no bartender, but these aren't look too bad.
They look okay. Pour much? It's the drink that... Okay.
There we go.
And then is the lime the garnish?
The lime is the garnish. Now the princess feels about garnishes. I quite like them. Stick that there on that little rim. Get that little...
Just drop it in. Why?
Because I can. That's why. It's probably going to fall on its own anyway. So, cheers to 1,000 videos and 10,000 more with the community. Boop. That's quite good.
That tastes like a fresh peach.
That's like a 3.5 out of 5 plus.
I would agree, 3.5. And the recipe will be in the description box. Always check the description box.
We put a lot of information down there from videos that are related to what we're doing, prices, timestamps if you guys want to skip a particular item. We have both plant-based and non-plant-based people on this channel. Some of you guys don't want to see me eating food, so we put those timestamps in the description for you. If you ever wanted to send us something, I don't know why you would, but we do maintain a P.O. box for you guys. There's links to all our socials on our About Us page.
Go to our About Us section on our YouTube channel, and all of our information's on there, all of our socials, our address, everything.
If you ever want to reach out to us, ask us to review something, or just leave us a comment, we are on most platforms: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, of course.
And we respond rather expeditiously. We try to, at least. All right, so let's start with discussing our very first video.
Our very first video was a sort of test because we had thrown around the idea of starting YouTube. I had purchased a camera because I used to be into photography, and we had recently been traveling to both California and New York and Idaho. And we decided it's like, well, this filming thing isn't that hard. At its basic, it does get kind of complicated sometimes. You have a history in game design and
I'm a nerd. I'm a tech nerd.
Yeah,
I
Premiere
do
Pro and all the rest of that.
all of the nerdy creative softwares, from Unity to Creative Cloud to Microsoft suites. I do it all. So
we started from there. So our very first video was Earth Day.
yeah, we went to Animal Kingdom for Earth Day. They had 3 different Impossible food burger options.
One of our favorite lounges on property.
We did Tiffin's.
Nomad Lounge.
Yeah, or was it? No, yeah, it was Nomad Lounge and Restaurantosaurus, right? So it was only 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we had with the bread service, the Impossible sliders, and then the burger at Restaurantosaurus. Mm-hmm. And it was an Earth Day themed video. We didn't have a schedule at the time. We just edited that one as like a first go. I didn't even want to be in the video, so there's none of me in the video. I'm holding the camera the entire time. I wasn't sure in the beginning that I wanted to be on camera at all. This one had to convince me. So we did that, and it was clumsy. We were didn't we edit that one on a MacBook? Like your old MacBook
it was,
from school.
The only video I ever edited on a MacBook.
Yeah. You had just recently graduated, or was about to graduate, and you had
I'd graduated for I think like a year or 2 at that point.
Yeah, and you had a MacBook that you got with school that you edited on, and that was an ordeal. It drove you nuts. It crashed a lot.
It was old.
There was a lot of learnings in that first video, from like video formats to what the format was for YouTube videos, thumbnail sizes, like lots of things that we did not know going in. But that was probably the most fun video we did that first year, like figuring out how all that worked. It was a lot. That first video, your first video, I will say, is the hardest, because like you think you have a general idea. Like you record some footage, you basically tape it together digitally, and you upload it. There's a lot more than that involved. With stuff that we had to learn as far as telling a story, framing things right, making sure that you guys understand what it is that we're doing in the first place. Why are we at this place? Why are we eating this? Like, how did you get here? Like, what? All that stuff is like things that go through your mind when you're creating these videos. And that one was probably the one that we probably learned the most. And we've learned every video since. Even as soon as like videos we did yesterday. It's all learning, and we try to get better bit by bit. And looking back at some of our old videos, I cringe.
Yeah, they pretty bad.
Ooh, I cringe. Lighting, framing,
speeding, all of it.
A lot of our first videos were like half camera, half GoPro, because our first camera
or phone
overheated in the sun a lot. We didn't have backup memory cards at the time, so I used to forget memory cards all the time.
It was bad.
It was a nerve-wracking time, but it was fun. We did a lot that first year. A lot that we never thought we would do, because originally we were Disney and the cheap people. Like, I'm going to go here and we're going to have one meal.
Maybe.
We're going to do 4 parks a day, then we're going home. 3 hours back to Jacksonville.
Our first video with Bear, because like he just mentioned, he did not want to be in the videos, was actually our third video, because we filmed that Earth Day video, and then we had a few weeks up until we were going back to Disney, and I wanted to, we'd already decided our schedule was going to be 5 days a week.
That was when we committed
to that.
After the
from
second
the
video?
minute we started. Nope, from the minute we started. So we've never missed. We've always done 5 videos a week, sometimes more. But we started with that, and because of that, the 2 weeks following that, we did cooking videos, we did gaming videos, we tried instant noodles, we tried sake, we just like threw everything at the wall and just did whatever. We decided we wanted to stick to the vein of Disney or theme parks, but still do things that we enjoy doing.
I remember that video game video. We did mini consoles, Nintendo mini consoles.
Our NES. So as a result of that, we wanted to also do movie reviews.
Yep.
And so we went to go see The Incredibles 2 in theaters. Yep. Prior to going and seeing Incredibles 2, we decided to stop at our favorite pizza place and have a meal, and that pizza place is Mellow Mushroom. I got a buffalo tofu pizza. It was my first time ever having tofu on pizza, and that was Bear's first time on Princess and the Bear. It was our third video on the channel.
Forgive us for those early videos. We were still figuring out sound. We had no lights. That was rough.
It was rough, but it's a process. It's a process. The first Disney, so we go through this whole period of time. We do cooking and we do these movie reviews and stuff, and then the next event where we go to
We were
Disney,
stalling for time. That's what we were doing.
We got a room. I think our room was at Caribbean Beach, so we did a Caribbean Beach series. And then we got opening day privileges to Hollywood Studios for the opening of Toy Story Land. So our first Disney series on our channel was opening weekend of Toy Story Land.
Because we did actually try to go opening day, but the line to get into the land was like 6 hours. And we were like, nope, we'll just come tomorrow.
We
were in there for probably like an hour, and we're like, this is not going to work.
We had fast passes for the next day for Slinky Dog and for Alien Swirling Saucers. And then we also were hotel guests, so we got the extra magic hours in the morning the next day. So we weren't really worried about being there opening day. We did like a little brief video of, hey, we
tried.
We're here, we tried, we'll give you another video the next day, and we did that. So in that series of videos, the first one was us doing a ride video of Slinky Dog Dash, and that was the first video that Bear appeared in on our channel.
For Disney, yeah.
Yeah, for Disney.
We should, if you guys go back, we actually used to do what we call double ride POVs. It's camera on us, camera on the ride.
So you get to enjoy the ride with us.
We haven't done one of those since Rise of Resistance?
Since Ratatouille.
Ratatouille opened, yes. But those are fun videos.
Nowadays, since we've already gone and done all ride POVs for every ride at Disney, we can only really do the ones that are just opening. Yeah. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right, so we started our channel in June 2018. We are going to go over year our favorite moments, react to some of those videos, and then talk about our favorite food.
Yep. So
we're going to start in 2018.
So reacting to H2O Glow Nights. This thumbnail already gives me issues. We were still figuring out how thumbnails work, what people did with thumbnails. There's no how-to guide for YouTube. It's basically figure it out on your own, and we were definitely doing that. It was a lot of like trial and error in the beginning and sort of figuring out like what works, what do people want to see, what do they even like. Shaky cam. Lots of shaky cams. I think we did this with like a GoPro walking through. And the GoPro at the time we had did not have stabilization. It's just like one of the little like box GoPros. And we're like, okay, well, how do we show them the entire park without making this video like an hour long? And we at the time we didn't understand that, like, we don't have to show them everything. We can show them like bits and pieces. And the mind will sort of fill in the blanks. And this is like one of the most terrifying things I've ever done, because I had never been on like a water slide before. And I think this is probably the loudest I've ever screamed on our channel.
Yeah, your first ever water slide? Mm-hmm.
Yep. This is like 90s meme video angle. I was more terrified than worried about where the camera was pointing this way. And then we just went an even bigger water slide after that. Trying to figure out, like...
This is the best part.
It's like being waterboarded on purpose. With lazy river shots.
The lazy river is pretty awesome at Typhoon Lagoon.
It's pretty lazy, though. I still owe the princess a Blizzard Beach visit. Sometime this year.
We'll go eventually.
I'll have to dig a GoPro out of retirement for that. I wanted that bird. I thought I could transfer to the bird. think there was a dragon too I wanted that I never got.
That's right. You hit me in the face with your floaty, and then you went to the bird.
And I could not. I had the hardest time to figure that out. Like, how do I... But there were no handles on this one. It was just like...
But still never been to Blizzard Beach.
Nope, never been to this. I was determined to lay on that parrot, and it just was not working. I was losing my shorts most of the time, and then I was just like getting further and further away from you. Poor DJ up there. And you had Rex come out, and then... Oh, we on Stitch H2O last? I don't remember.
No, that was at the VI Pass holder event in Typhoon Lagoon.
Oh, you missed those horns.
I do.
Still has those, by the way.
Of course I do. They're one of my favorite pieces.
We had a lot of fun in this video.
We did have a lot of fun, but that's because we got to experience it from, like, somebody else's point of view. It probably looks like crap.
That's true. This is when we're just trying to figure out what the style of our videos are going to be. Because we had this video is basically like a walkthrough of the event, but we also had a food and drink video as well. Where we did the vegan items in Typhoon Lagoon.
Which we still do. We still, when we go and do events, we do a video of the events and we separate out our food and our drinks. Because some people don't want to see everything in one video. And we're very much about separating everything so that you only see like the one little piece of the restaurant or whatever.
And if we did an all-in like event video, like say one of the Epcot festivals, it'd be like an 1.5 hour long video.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch an 1.5 hour long video of all of that stuff. Bye, Typhoon Lagoon.
Bye, Tower Return. It's definitely an interesting event. Needs to come back.
I miss after-hour events at Disney World.
We were very soggy at the end. You can hear it.
That was fun with H2O Glow Night, but now we're going to talk about our favorite moment of food and or drink of 2018. You picked Cinderella's Royal Table. We had a lovely experience there.
We did. It was I was never one in the beginning for Disney signature dining. I thought it was overpriced. To some degree, I still think that. And I was very hard sell on the value of these things, but we were building a community a little bit at a time, and you guys wanted to see it, so we went.
Personally, we loved it so much that during quarantine, we did a home cooking recipe of the summer couscous that we had there, and absolutely loved it, ate it up. But of course, it was extremely time consuming to make, and a lot of you did not make it, which was unfortunate. So that's okay. It was still an amazing meal that we enjoyed. We had a great 3-course meal. We got to have the little star and the little
sword.
I had a wand. It was amazing.
You got to see Cinderella.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. We got to see all of the princesses.
Who still has not yet returned to her original meet and greet area.
No, she hasn't. And we have gone to Cinderella's Royal Table since the reopen. It's just not the same though. But the food was really delicious there.
The food's improved
when we went, so that was great. And then an honorable mention to Cinderella's Royal Table, I'm going to say, from 2018 is Victoria and Albert's. We went on my actual birthday to Victoria and Albert's and ate in the Queen Victoria room, and it is definitely one of my favorite meals that I have had at Disney. Hopefully they get to reopen soon. I know Michelin is coming to Florida, so hopefully they'll be rating Victoria and Albert's, and we'll get some more food options from them in the future. Our next favorite moment is the Galaxy's Edge pass holder preview that we did.
Yes, that was one we've been looking forward to for years, waiting for Galaxy's Edge to open after it first broke ground, eating up every little morsel, just like I'm sure a lot of you, about that land opening.
Mm-hmm. So let's react to that video.
So our Galaxy's Edge pass holder preview. This was we were excited with. You made this dress.
I did
from scratch.
I made an Endor Leia dress.
This thing, I remember a lot of hard times on the floor trying to piece this thing together. Like, it's not the first stretch you ever made, but probably the most complicated one you've ever made.
One of the most complicated. Just because I wanted to be true to, like, the design of the dress, but I also wanted it to be comfortable and Florida
You were dying.
safe.
You were dying in that dress.
It felt like I was
That fabric was so
in
thick.
a carpet. Yeah.
You wanted to go as a princess, you ended up as a Wookiee instead.
But we spent a lot of time anticipating this land, so it was great to walk in there for the first time, even though we didn't get Rise of the Resistance at opening. We basically got like half a park and part of an experience, but it was still great.
Yeah. We nerded out the entire time. From, like, the trash cans, to the rock work, to the cast members, and the language of the land. Till the Spire and Rising Moons, and
Bright Suns.
we were excited. We were pretty used to filming videos at this time, but we were still figuring out this whole walking and filming thing.
We still have a hard time with that.
That can be kind of hard. We've tried all sorts of things, like active stabilization GoPros. We've tried full-size gimbals. Interesting time.
The 2019 food or drink location that we agreed was the most memorable is the Bon Voyage breakfast at Tutorial Furno. Eric taught Bear how to pose like a prince, which was great.
Terrible at it.
And the food was pretty good, I think. You liked the pancakes. I loved my options, and it was basically all you care to enjoy.
And it was one of our first
They took care
character
of me.
dining interactions.
One of our first few, yeah. Honorable mention, I would say, for that year would be to Kumite. The video was a horrible audio editing experience for us, but the food was decent, and a lot of people were saying how overpriced it was, but with the way that we ordered our food, it really wasn't overpriced. We spent like $150 for that whole bill. So, and people were saying it was $150 for one person.
I mean, well, you being vegan, I think they only had like 2 things for you.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of options for me,
you
but
had like
still.
a watermelon cube and like a salad, I think. It was an interesting restaurant. I would like to see it reopen eventually.
Me too.
But we shall see.
Favorite moment from 2020 is the Animal Kingdom pass holder preview.
2020 for us was a hard year.
It was. We spent a lot of time, obviously,
quarantine, like everybody
quarantined at
else.
home. Cooking videos became our life, and those were hard.
We dedicated ourselves, even during quarantine, for keeping up our 5-video-a-week schedule. That was
live
a
streams?
scramble.
We did weekly live streams, which was fun. We got to know our subscribers a lot more, and we really appreciate that time that we got to spend with you guys.
Yes, very fun time. A lot of technical learnings in that quarantine period. Figuring out how to live stream for the first time. We figured that out. We hadn't live streamed from home before. Trying to order things over the internet and being in quarantine.
Oh, tough.
Was a difficult time. Difficult time.
Absolutely tough.
So reacting to the pass holder preview of Animal Kingdom Reopen 2020, that was an interesting time that we had not been outside since we had been outside when the pandemic started, but we hadn't been to a park, and learning how to wear masks in Florida for the first time.
In the summer?
Not something we weren't ready for, but it was rough. It
was a lot more difficult than we expected it to be.
Yes.
With the heat and the humidity, and we did it because we wanted to be at Disney and we wanted to comply and we wanted to be safe. But man, was it challenging.
Yes, it was. That was the beginning of like the cavalcades.
Cavalcades are awesome.
I'm glad those have stuck around because those are absolutely awesome. At least we got Launchpad during the pandemic.
So, we're here.
And then we're still trying to figure out mask fitment. We ordered so many masks before Disney started selling theirs. trying to figure out
We
what was
did.
the best fit.
We spent a good amount of time trying to find the right masks for us, and we still have like hundreds of masks that we still go through.
We carry them everywhere we go.
I
So,
need one for every outfit, so it's very important for me.
as a princess does. And we're standing in the heat, and like my mask was like I had Martin ears. I had like
We didn't know what we were doing. We were still trying to figure it out.
how to like manage your own safety in a pandemic, like we all were, and it be as safe as we can while still trying to get back to some sense of normalcy. But the part was dead. It was so dead. I've never seen Animal Kingdom
That's
that dead. We'll never see
piece
it
of Disney we will never ever get again.
Like there was no line. Everything was a walk on. Like it's like your friends invited you to the park for the day. There was a we were still trying to like balance between like, are we doing a video or are we doing news? Sort of. News has never been our thing. There are plenty of other channels that do that. We do food and drink, and we have a good time.
We just give you our opinions.
We keep
We're
it-
not trying to be first or last or whatever. We're
trying to keep it simple
here doing it for you.
while keeping it real at the same time. Even when keeping it real has gone wrong for us a lot of the times.
It has.
Oh, Primeval World. Rip.
Rip, rip, rip.
That's enough of that cringe fest.
Oh, it's so empty.
It was.
So much room for activities.
We still don't have Nemo.
Yeah, but we're getting Dory. I can't wait for that. We'll probably film that if they allow filming.
Yep, we'll definitely go. You'll definitely get a reaction from us one way or the other. Animal Kingdom is our favorite park. Even though we love Epcot, you will definitely see us at the Dory show.
Hashtag fix the Yeti.
I promise I won't fall asleep this time. Evil dagger stares. The very first time I fell asleep. I'm not gonna
And
lie.
second.
It's Everest, whose refurbishment got extended, I think.
It did.
Yeah, it's sad. Fix the Yeti!
Hashtag fix the Yeti. It's just so great to be back at Disney after all that time away. We
were privileged.
We're missing the magic.
We were very privileged to live in Florida and be able to go back to Disney. Not everybody got to do that. Some states were still in lockdown when we were doing this. We understand in providing this, like, not everybody had the opportunity to go like we did, and we still were living in Jacksonville at the time. Being as safe as we could, hand sanitizer and washing our hands multiple times a day, masks up everywhere unless we were like sitting and eating. It was not easy. We felt, like maybe that privilege as we were going, but it's only like in recent times that we found out how much some of the community loved these videos while they were in quarantine. Because again, we do this channel, we still feel rather small, like a neighborhood Spider-Man, and like we make these videos for us and for you guys. We don't
know what the impact is that we're making on you guys until you come and tell us. And every time that you have, we have really, really appreciated it. Even if we've been super awkward, we've appreciated every single interaction.
Yeah, we are just naturally awkward people, and we'll do. You guys want a picture, whatever? Like, we're happy to do that.
We're happy. We don't volunteer that, but we
yeah.
are more than happy to do it. We're just not going to be like, oh, hey, take our picture. Like,
But you guys have definitely are the reason why we have continued to do this 5 videos a week for as long as we have.
we have definitely had discussions about quitting or reducing our number of videos and stuff, but every time we have one of those deep conversations,
We run into one of you guys.
We run into one of you guys
Every
who
single time.
reinforces that
How
we
much you love our
need to
channel.
be doing
Yes.
what we're doing in the exact way that we're doing it, and so we don't change.
And it's cheers to you guys. Each one of you has ever stopped us to say hello. Even if you just want to say hi, you have absolutely no idea what that means to us.
Do not realize how much that motivates us to continue to do this.
Without you guys, we would have quit this channel probably a year ago.
or
honestly.
more. Or more. Favorite 2020 food or drink option? We chose Le Cellier Brunch. It was so amazing. It was one of those things that we did right before quarantine. Chef Tony is like one of our favorite chefs on Disney property.
Sorry, other chefs, but Chef Tony is
Especially
just
Chef
like
TJ,
the man.
Yeah, Chef
He
Tony is the man. Chef Tony is the reason why we have vegan beignets, okay? So...
We owe that to him.
We
love being able to go see him. Chef Le Cellier has... Even though it's a steakhouse, we still hold that as one of the best steakhouse on property, even over Yachtsman and Shula's.
Any of them.
We love going there.
For vegan and non-vegan.
For both of us. And the drinks and the service, the cast members make that like, if we could pick like a home restaurant, it would probably be Le Cellier.
Absolutely, 100%. Don't disagree with you on that.
I missed that. Which brunch would come back? It was a flower garden brunch, or was it?
It was Festival of the Arts 2020.
That beautiful
Flower and Garden was canceled.
Avocado toast.
Yeah. 2021 moment of the year is tied between our first trip to Universal Studios Hollywood and our first trip to a real full Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes. I had never been to Universal Studios Hollywood.
I was a former pass holder.
That's probably the deepest I have ever been to Hollywood, period. Even though we've gone now, I mean, you grew up
3
there.
times.
But
I
I've
grew
been
up
there
there,
three, 4 times now. And we love California. We may have plans to go back at some point.
We have to.
I'm not saying we have to.
I have family.
We have
there.
to. She has family there. We have friends there. We have a wedding to go to this year. We won't be filming
We got
that.
stuff to do in California.
But you will see us in California this year at some point. For our West Coast listening people, if you see us, you would better say hello. If we don't, we're probably still coming back anyway. But that's an empty threat. But we're coming to California at some point this year.
So both of those were great memories. We appreciated them both. I think at Hollywood, just giving him the backlot tour, I think was my favorite piece. I was wowed by the
backlot tour. I was like, this is just like a tram tour, like Hollywood Studios old backlot tour. Not the same. Not even close to the same.
It's a real one. And then Halloween Horror Nights, I think just going through the mazes and all the incredible experiences that we had, not just our first or our second or our third, but also going on Halloween, like, what an incredible experience our first.
We are now Halloween Horror Nights stands.
We love us some Halloween Horror Nights.
We'll be going back every year.
I was so scared. I didn't want to go. I was terrified because I'm used to hunt at Knott's Berry Farm. But wow, did I love Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes, you did. Every other night. You want to go? You want to go to just houses?
We're right here. So, moving on, our favorite 2021 food or drink, we landed on Citricos.
Yes. That was a delight. This was right after the reimagining of the restaurant. This is one of the few restaurants that, in their reopen, they rethemed the entire restaurant to a Mary Poppins theme. Very subtle, but very classy theme with food that was literal works of art. Both drinks and food. That, like, vegan egg yolk still blows our mind.
It's amazing.
That it was basically just like a frozen in olive oil encased tomato made like an egg, and that was a bolognese, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Everything that we had there, from the appetizer to
the pork belly.
Mine was the little rice balls.
Yes.
And then the bolognese with the egg, and then the side with the cauliflower, and then the apple tart for dessert. Like, all the vegan options were... If Victoria and Albert's was open, it would be number 2. But because Victoria and Albert's is not open, that is the best restaurant at Grand Floridian right now.
I suppose I can't really argue that point right now.
It's better than Narcoossee's. And I love Narcoossee's, but Citricos is better. Moments that stand out to us in filming.
Moments overall?
You chose the Galaxy's Edge opening day. That was a moment that stood out to you.
Was that
the 14 hours that we spent at Galaxy's Edge?
Even though we went to the Pass Holder preview, which was... If you ever get to go to a Pass Holder preview, that's the way to do anything new.
It's true.
At Disney. We get to experience the entire land. But there's something different between a Pass Holder preview and actually being at Disney when something new opens definitely don't put yourself out if you aren't comfortable, but like being there with people who are all of like the same fandom, the energy, the cast members are like bouncing off the walls. Like being there for a brand new land opening is something that you only ever get to experience once. It is never the same as it is on opening day for any land.
It's like going and seeing like a major film in the movie theater for the first time with everybody. Like going and seeing a Star Wars movie, and you just get to experience something incredible with the crowds all at the same time. It's exactly the same thing as going to the opening of a new land. Everybody is feeling everything for the first time and reacting to everything at the first time. People are cheering, people are crying. It is
literal tears.
Incredible.
Actual tears.
It is an experience that I highly recommend to anybody that has never been to an opening of anything before.
If you get the opportunity to go, as privileged as that is, I would say do it once. We got there like, what, 4 a.m.?
4 in the morning. We were there for 14 hours.
From like open basically until
open to close.
Dark to dark.
Yep.
And it was
worth it.
It was definitely worth it. We are absolute Star Wars nerds. We don't show it as much as we probably could on this channel because we're focused so much on food and drink, but Princess, Star Wars. Star Wars and all the things. We've built sabers. We both have droids. We would buy more sabers if, I mean, one, they were in stock, and two, we, could spare the actual money
That's
for
a
it.
lot
But
of money.
like, we love Galaxy's Edge, and we're excited to see what the future holds as far as that land in Star Wars Center Disney, period.
So, I agree with you on all of that. But, you want to know
There's always a but.
You want to know what my most memorable moment was?
She wouldn't tell me ahead of the video. She made me wait. So I'm experiencing this for the first time just like you guys.
You guys might not know, but it was in our recap video in 2018. And it was in our original video of it when it posted. Bear and I were doing our first real food review at the theme parks at Toy Story Land opening weekend. And we were sitting at Woody's Lunchbox and we were finishing our review. We were still talking to the camera and some lady walks up to us and was like, "Are you using these seats?" And we literally had to stop what we were doing and give her our seats and stop filming. You remember that?
I do remember that lady, yes.
It was a memorable moment to me because that's the only time we've really been interrupted by somebody to just take a seat.
Woody's Lunchbox is still not improved. That seating area is a madhouse. But yeah, I do remember her coming up in the middle of filming, and we're still talking to the camera.
We're just talking about the food. Like, we have like the tripod, and
we didn't care about the
facing
seats,
us.
but, like,
We didn't care about the seats, but we were literally still talking. She couldn't wait until we were done talking, and she just cut us off and was like, "Can I sit here?" It's like, yeah, you can sit here, but we're filming.
That's something that's difficult to navigate as a YouTuber, is like, especially in a theme park setting, is the theme parks aren't there just for us. Theme parks are for everybody. In filming all the things, we try to be as courteous as we can, remembering the environment that we're in. Sometimes being courteous requires sacrificing a shot. There are shots that we haven't gotten that we wanted in videos because it's not all about us. Sometimes this is about
I'm going to say,
everybody as a whole.
Like 80% of the shots that he does, I cannot use because somebody's always walking in front of the camera.
That's just the way of being a theme park. The theme parks are for everybody. It may not always be the best shot, but it's what we could get given where we are. Like, I'm not going to push some little kid out of the way to get the shot.
No,
I'm not trying to ruin somebody's
not.
vacation just so we can post a 5-second clip on YouTube. But we do our best, and we hope that you guys enjoy that. And we'd hope that other creators are of the same mindset. These parks are literally for everybody.
That's true. What's it like being a YouTuber? Pros and cons.
Whew, that's such a slope. That's a very open-ended question. A pro, honestly, and
The
before
community.
I was, yes,
The community
but
number
not.
one.
I did not realize this before being a YouTuber. Now, we have consumed tons of content. We don't have cable. We consume content, YouTube. We probably actually watch less YouTube than we used to. But the community is one of these things that makes this worth it. A lot of times when we're filming, we don't know how these videos are going to land. We don't know what sort of doors they're opening. Like, it may, but whether it flops or fails, or we get some of the most views we've ever gotten in a video, the one thing that has always been consistent is our community. Bar none. When we feel like we are terrible at this and we have absolutely no idea what we're doing or if it's going to work or not, the community is the one thing that has kept us stable and been like, we enjoy it. And even we don't need every video to be like thousands of views, but like when we hear either in person or a comment, it doesn't have to be on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, even TikTok, it's like, you helped me and my family go have a good dinner, or like you helped me plan my vacation.
That's all we care about.
Or like, I was worried as a vegan that I would never be able to enjoy the theme parks, or I was worried about this.
Or I was worried about being able to eat with my Omni friends, because let's face it, as vegans, we spend more time with Omnis than we do with other vegans. You can't just silo yourself with other vegans. That's not how the Force works.
The first time that somebody told us that and this is by no means like a flex. Like, I still don't understand this to this day, but for the people, and it's been more than one to come up to us and tell us, it's like, you helped me get through quarantine. That's a gut punch.
That just gets you right in the feels.
We're just people with a video camera.
And we worked really hard during quarantine. We really did. We absolutely killed ourselves.
We appreciate everybody, both frontline workers and nurses and first responders who did the work.
Way stronger than we ever have been.
We literally just have camera and some know-how, and we've made this work. But like, hearing that from you, the community, is literally why we keep doing this. Because
you guys keep us
going. This is stressful, between racist bigots we deal with online and people body shaming and
our full-time jobs,
all sorts of Karens. And yes, we still work 50 to 60 hour week jobs sometimes. Has not been easy maintaining this channel, but we enjoy it. And our enjoyment, part of that, a good large part of it, I would say over 50% comes from the community.
Agreed.
We have met a lot of very good people through this channel.
And we love every person that we've met. I don't really think we've had a bad time with anybody that we've met, and I don't really feel like we've ever regretted meeting anybody that we've met.
Always stop and say hello.
Favorite 2022 moment? We picked our Animal Kingdom Day with Taylor and Melissa and Enda.
Yes. Melissa and Enda are part of the community. One of you guys that we've met through this channel, and they have ones that actually come up and said hello. We've hung out, we've had drinks, we talked to them for years while they were in quarantine. It has been hard for everybody, but meeting people of like mind who enjoy what we do and we enjoy them is why we do this. And that was an excellent video. That video wasn't even really planned. We were just having fun in that video.
Having a good day.
And it was a fun time.
And
lots of good memories.
Gifted me the beautiful ears that I wore to the G-Co video, and I felt like it was important to share a special pair of ears at a special dinner that we had been asking for years, because that's how much the community means to us, and that's how much people like Melissa and Enda mean to us. People like Planet Mirror. People like Vanessa and Amy Black Panther,
Miss Monica,
Ace of Vegas, and Sea Grape, and all the people.
Not leaving out anybody that's in there, but like
so many people.
We have made a lot of friends, lifelong friends in some cases, from this channel, and we appreciate it.
Favorite 2022 food or drink? You said you chose the junk barge fuel.
Oh, yes. That thing is... If addictive substances were legal and didn't harm you in any way, shape, or form, it would be that in a cup. That felt like Popeye eating a can of spinach, but still an adult beverage. I still don't know what to think about that drink. I daydream about that drink. If you are here for Mardi
so
Gras,
weird.
you need to get that drink.
At least it's going on.
Start
till
your
April.
day with that drink. And then see how easy it is for you to make it through a day universal after drinking that.
There is coffee in it.
It is coffee in it. But that is a drink of my dreams. I daydream about that.
So do you want to guess what my favorite food item this year was?
Oh boy, here we go.
Any guesses?
Those tacos from Amatista?
You know, I actually just realized that I should have picked tacos, but I didn't pick the tacos. But I want to say the tacos is a correct answer. But I actually picked the Irish stew.
Really?
From Leaky Cauldron. I really, really, really enjoyed that Irish stew, even though I only gave it a 4.5 because of that lame salad. If it wasn't for that salad, it would have been a 5, and I'm still thinking about that Irish stew. But yes, secondary to that is the Amatista tacos.
I like the concept
Amazing.
of the Irish stew because we have a bunch of fandoms, some that we don't share on the channel. Aside from being huge gaming nerds, and we're not going to get in our favorite games, so this video will be like 3 hours long.
True.
But, of course, we like Star Wars. We like all Disney properties. We absolutely love Marvel. If you have the unfortunate, for following us in the early days of Instagram and Twitter, I went on whole MCU 22 movie watches where you guys were insulted with my every thought. Love Marvel.
And we did video reviews.
Did video review. Doctor Who, all sorts of fandoms.
We love us some Doctor Who. We love all the sci-fi things. Really,
do.
Stargate.
But Harry
love
Potter
Firefly.
is also one of them.
Yes.
And like to be able to go to the Wizarding World and actually get something that the princess can eat. Actual food, not 3 pieces of lettuce and a tomato, as they've had in the past.
Or a tiny pasty pie.
Means the world. That changes our entire outlook in Wizarding World. Because we love the idea of Wizarding World, but because there's nothing for the princess to eat, there's not really a whole lot of reason for us to go there.
You guys know how he feels about going places where there's nothing for me to eat.
Do not like. Will not pass the vibe check at all if there's nothing for her to eat. We're going to be in a theme park all day and she can't eat anything. What's the point of going? And so we have spent time in Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, but it's a skip for us most times because there's nothing for her to eat. And now that they have that, points for Universal for finally dragging them out of the Dark Ages. And I'm going to call them Dark Ages until the end of time at this point.
Fair.
There's
Totally
like
fair.
the Dark Ages and there's a time after the plant-based food.
I agree. Well, that is our recap of 2018 to 2022. Past, present, future. This is Princess and the Bear.
Yes, if you guys want to see more stuff like this, like, hey, maybe you want to just see us react to our cringiest videos of all time.
We'll do it.
Let us know in the comments.
Tell us.
This community is for both of us. For us and for you guys.
We're here for you, mostly.
Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you want us to do. And there is more to come. We have a lot of stuff planned for this year and beyond. Trips abroad, trips to California. You may even see us in Avengers Campus by the end of the year. It may happen. It's probably going to happen. But look forward to that. If there's anything else you guys want to see us do, of course, the comments are the place to let us know. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe.
You heard the girl.
And like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear's just going to quit YouTube.
What am I going to do after that? Become a Twitch streamer?
You guys are going to be stuck with just me.
Yeah, that's true.
And some little plushy bear
You'll never
is
see
not
me
as
again.
cute as this face right here.
You'll never see me again. It'll be like Neve and Max on Catfish, but worse. I said what I said. But you heard the girl.